Greetings, Helldivers. I got some more ideas for you. Bet you're getting a little bit tired of those same old missions, huh? Well, so am I. And that is why I brought you all here today. So let's just dive into it.
Democracy has landed.
So number 5, we got the one and only secondary objective. This objective will be found randomly on top of a hill with bodies from sea soldiers to maybe even some Helldivers, painting a very grim sight and a loss for democracy. Yet you see a glimmer of hope. You see a tattered Super Earth flag, worn down but still flying for democracy. The closer you get, pick it up, and now you must protect this flag at any cost. The flag bearer will get a 15% movement speed buff, but you're also now limited to only using melee. Use that flag to bash in the brains of your enemies, unless you decide to drop it, but you wouldn't do that, right? But you also have the option to plant the flag down. Once planted beside you, this enables the use of your secondary weapon. You will not be able to move or be moved except by large explosions, or maybe a charger. This flag will also grant anyone nearby a slight damage buff, faster reload speed, less recoil, increased stamina, and damage reduction. This action, however, will summon bug breaches, bot drops, or squids. Should you repel the attackers and not lose the flag, your squad will keep the buffs for 10 to 15 minutes, and if the flag is destroyed, your squad will receive a debuff for the rest of the mission. You will be 5% slower, you'll have a lower overall stamina, slower stamina regen, and that's accurate, so it's kind of a high risk, high reward. This objective is completed once you secure the banner on board of your Pelican 1 when you extract. Now it's time for number 4, which I have deemed the hit and run primary objective. This mission would be similar to a blitz, but a lot more linear in design. Think of a valley full of fortresses and enemies that you must eliminate because they decided to get in our path. And just to surprise you, this is how the tank is first introduced. It'll be a one-time use cooldown per mission. After it gets dropped off, hop in, and the more Helldivers inside, the more deadly this thing will be. After all, trying to man a tank all by yourself would be rather challenging. Not impossible for all you solo divers out there, but you would have to do a lot more seat swapping and reloading. One Helldiver is the driver, another mans the big gun, and the other 2 will have access to machine guns as well as a hatch where Helldivers can poke their heads out to call in stratagems. Now roll out, destroying base after base before getting to the end and extracting. After a time, the tank would of course join our arsenal and be usable for any mission. On to number 3, which is a survival/defense mission. This will be a main objective. This mission is technically infinite, but will get harder and harder as time goes on. The enemy is attacking a super storage facility, or an SSF for short. They're attempting to steal these supplies, and you gotta hold them back and evacuate as much of it as possible. In this mission, you will see a new stratagem code labeled Super Destroyer Resupply. That is right, if you survive long enough, you will eventually run out of stratagems. 40 minutes divided by a stratagem's usual cooldown gives you the maximum uses before the Super Destroyer needs to be resupplied. But you are in luck. There will be a Siege artillery at the facility. A Helldiver will just need to manually input a code for the desired round that gets reloaded. That way you still got something while you wait. How does the mission end? One of 2 ways. Either A, the enemy overruns you and destroys the generators, or B, you feel like you can't hold out any longer, so you go to the terminal and trigger the self-destruct sequence. After all, we can't let anything fall into the enemy hands. This also sends down the extraction beacon so you can call in evac. But what will keep you doing this mission for as long as possible? I think every 5 to 10 minutes you should be rewarded with a random amount of super credits. And secondly, the longer you stay, the more your squad impact will be on the planet with technically no cap. But that's about all I got for this one. Moving on to number 2, which will be a bunker/vault main objective. Helldivers will be deployed to a compromised vault. We will have to find access codes scattered around the map before we can get inside. Once the bunker is open, the exterior is going to be constantly attacked by the enemy, so the group may want to split up to where one team holds the door and stops the enemies while the others get started on the primary objective. Or will you all try to go inside and get it done as fast as possible? Once inside, you gotta evacuate extremely important personnel. Some are very weak, meaning you gotta carry them out yourself. So now you are limited to your secondary, and there will most likely be enemies inside as well. How they get in with the doors closed? Well, bugs can dig into the facility, and the Illuminate can just teleport inside. Maybe the bots are the only ones that have yet to get in, since they have no real means to, but they have cut off supplies, and the people are still stuck inside. But anyway, now you gotta get these people out and onboard a Pelican, as well as locating any top secret documents/data, maybe even some scientific scientific experiments or something too.
But my stratagems.
Yeah, I'm getting there, alright. This is where you will find a few new terminals inside that can be brought back online and linked to your ship. Once activated, you will have a top-down map with enemy red dots on it, and the fun part is, now you get to basically play Battleship. Select D4, input your stratagem, and bam, it gets launched down. What do you all think? Okay, time for my most favorite one. Number 1, enemy ship boarding, main objective. First up is a boots on the ground 30-minute mission where your goal is to make it possible to even board an enemy illuminate or bot ship. You have to take out comms so the enemy ship is none the wiser, then radar so it can't detect your ship, then you must obtain access cards. For the bots, it will be an assassination target in a super base. The target's head must be forcibly removed from its body. For the illuminate, I'd imagine it being some kind of super fancy high-tech data pad. Once that is done, get to extraction and defend. Board Pelican 1 with your access card, and now you're going to board the enemy ship. You have a maximum of 10 minutes to either sneak or fight your way to the engine bay to blow the whole thing to bits with a specialized 2-minute hell bomb backpack. So a Helldiver will have to carry that, while another Helldiver carries the access card. The access card will be used to open up doors on the ship. Stratagems are completely unavailable, so I hope you brought a support weapon and supply pack. But it is only for 10 minutes, so you better be quick. So how would reinforcements work? It'd be a bit different because Pelican 1 would have to return to your ship to retrieve you personally. So it's going to take a bit longer to get back into the fight and make your way to the group. Once you make it to the engine bay, arm the hell bomb and run like hell. Will you make it back to Pelican 1 in time? If not, it's still a mission success because a hell bomb can't be disarmed. May those Helldivers rest in peace, but they will never be forgotten. Now that is some true democracy in action. Alright, that wraps up the whole list. Thank you all for watching, and on your way out, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you so choose to. I am the FourFingThing, signing out.